What's good, YouTube? And welcome to the house. I feel like anytime we're featuring an old classic on Market Watch, especially an ultimate rare or collectible card, things get pretty crazy these days, and Allure of Darkness is no exception, seeing a huge amount of playability in this current meta thanks to Jeff Jones' Danger Dark World FTK. Oof, you can bet it's going somewhere. Now, the unlimited ultimates are still right where they've been at, about towards that $40 to $42 mark, but the ultimates were fluxing between 60 to 80, more recently more towards 70 and 80, depending on who would appear on Market and how many would sell. But we go to the final page to find the only near mint English on the entire market right now. Ooh, big oof, 120 and 125. This is a big boy buyout, or just a lot of people trying to fully hollow out their decks. And for a deck that's short-lived, that seems like a eyebrow raiser, as Konami tends to really check FDKs sooner than later. Now, over here on eBay, not a single English copy. JRB Jobber has a near mint copy over here. It is French, around $89 with best offer. I gotta respect the hustle, Jobber. Not only looking at offers all day, also already the lowest back on eBay. Good stuff. But we also look around, and the next lowest near mints are a playset of Germans, so matching at least, at $350 or best offer. And then we also see Italian and German, so not matching sets, at $350 also. This is interesting. This is pretty insane to see. Now, we look for movement in the other camps of Allure, right? The super rare from Dark Saviors, and I said this would go up eventually, was down under $2 for just a little bit, but with every single common ever stabilizing at 2, I knew it would go up, even though Dark Saviors was ripped open so much at some point. And we see it headed towards $3 now, and likely to maybe continue trending up over time, unless other hollow versions of this get printed. We see there's just so many commons, it's so hard for the common to go up. OTS common near $2. We see the SDGU one near $2. Hey, match the Dark Worlds, you know, so that's a Dark World, Gates of Underworld. We see around $2 for the Pendulum Domination, and Layer of Darkness, probably the unluckiest ones, also at $2. So there's just so many recent versions of the common, and they've really been making this accessible. But the Dark Savior version, despite so many existing, headed up right now. The ultra rare is also something I kind of wanted to show off. You see the unlimited ultimate hasn't really moved. Neither has the ultra rare in either variant, as we see towards $12, which is where the lows have been for a while. But there's only this one guy, well, actually two, before we see the next near mint is quite up. So the quantities are going a little. And we see the lowest first ed still around $20. Where does it go to after? Yep, $20, $21. So readily available around that $20 price point that the Ultra is hung at. You're either going ultimate or you're going super. I feel like not too many people actually chase the ultra rare of this card, and it does have the wrong picture here on TCG Player, so be aware of that. Let's go ahead and get into Soul Fusion, moving around. Thunder Dragon Colossus back towards that solid 80. Pretty surprising. We see over on eBay one seller, and I personally don't like this kind of listing, but he is selling a lot, and he is the cheapest at $78.88. Get yours first. Ooh, okay. We see $80, 81, and man, I don't know. Something just like bugs me when, oh, look at this. We're really attracting the duelist with that one. You could just have the listing simpler, but I do respect the hustle. So new listing 80, new listing 80. He's had his around for a while. It really seems like it is packing pretty solid, and tier 0 sold out of this. I was looking through, tier 0 is gonna be sold out of pretty much everything we're featuring today, but they are the cheapest on Dragon Roar and Dragon Dark here on the market. So you can also use a 5% code and get it even cheaper. But everything's selling again. They re-put stuff up. I was gonna feature, hey, look guys, they're doing well. Nope, you guys were already on top of it. Now we do go through. Ooh, Danger Noodle headed towards 45. Big oofs. Dragon Dark still hanging above $20. Trap Trick actually back down just a little bit, and it's nice to see. I feel like this was heavily underestimated at first, and I figure it'll hang around the 18 to 20 mark until it finds its ways into more meta decks, or the ban list really evens the playing field and this takes center stage. We also see Dragon Roar here. I don't think they would hit Thunder Dragons too early on a list, but I really don't know. If the list is strong towards a lot of decks like Goki, we're going to see a very Thunder Dragon meta, and I think that's what people are bracing in for and hoping for by going for such expensive cards. They're like, alright, ban list is coming. This is safe. Don't want to get caught with it going up even further because it's going to be one of the best decks. It certainly does have a huge power output, but if they do hit Gold Sark, we're going to see a lot of people leaning on dinos, so do keep that in mind and maybe have that as backup. I don't know how else they would hit the deck here in the TCG. They're not going to hit the core of it. Titan's very cheap for what it is right now. I feel like this is so undervalued. A lot of duelists have to play 2 of this, some even playing 3 when they're playing the Thunder Dragon deck, yet Colossus demands 80. I just don't see this huge price difference. Honestly, if you asked me a month ago, as pre-order prices started to file in, I would say this would hold at 30 to 40. This is insane to me, and it's really just hanging on down there. People are willing to get rid of it. It's under the Ultras. Why do you guys think this is? Let me know in the comment section down below. I'm honestly just stumped that a secret rare that's played at 2 to 3 in an extra deck. I get it's locked to a singular deck is like that because, yeah, you're still going to play it if you play the engine, most likely. Like, what is happening? Like I said, Trap Trick headed down, kind of stabling at 20. It was heading towards 22 to 24. I know people that got their orders canceled when it was cheaper. Very unfortunate. And Danger Noodle is still somewhat cheaper over here on eBay towards 40, but headed up quickly on TCG Player. And we usually either see eBay quickly trend towards that, or just have a quantity that stumps TCG Player, and TCG Player has to eventually meet that. Now, talking about potential investments. Ooh, Hope Harbinger is something that's been on my mind since I've been staring at it from the SciHo special editions. It is usually a one of in the extra deck, which leads me to want to kind of stay away, but at the same time, the Blue Eyes decks, they're classic. Over time, we could see this rise towards $2 to $3. It might be good just to have, you know, a small pocket of them, like around 9 of them. I think that's relatively safe. But if you want to go ham on it, it's just, oh man, there's going to be so many on the market versus 1 per extra deck. But we've seen so many one-ofs retain that value. And out of premium gold, it was a $20 card till this reprint. So kind of take it as you will. It could see more reprints in the future. But I personally would take a few aside and go ahead and get them. And you have it even cheaper here on eBay at $1 before it does quickly go up towards $2 once these sellers are actually out. There's just so few sellers for it despite how cheap. 27 results over here. And you only, oh, you actually have a ton of pages on TCG Player. I wonder how fast it goes up. We're towards $1.75 at the end, towards $2 by page 3. What's like the last page? Who's hoping? Who's hoping? Please, if there's a buyout, I'm good. It's Yu-Gi-Oh! Black Market. Okay, Black Market. Inspector Border is up, despite this first listing being a newer seller, 81 cents plus big ol' shipping. Big shipping price. But then you also see it at $7 plus. Inspector Border over here on eBay towards $6 and quickly meeting that $7 price point. So some movement out of the Megaton camp. The Megaton camp has kind of been pretty still as of late, but I like that overall. We see evenly matched available still at $28. We see Borolo Dragon sticking to 18. I don't want these prices to go up. This is very nice that we have it readily available for players, but the quantities I've noticed are really low in terms of how many sellers. 22 prices, 25 prices. So I would consider getting perhaps your cards sooner than later because big oofs. This year they didn't reprint the Megaton cards like immediately after. We didn't see Dark Magician stuff stuffed in a deck, or I guess these reprinted into structure decks, which is relatively nice. Firewall still sitting at 12. Saryuja's sitting at 12. The Megatons have done very well this year, and while some shorter printing made that happen, I think it's actually a really good balance, and I'm a lot happier with these Megatons than last year. So I gotta, despite shorter prints, I gotta give it to Konami. At least he didn't go slam everything afterwards. And I think that ends today's Market Watch, unless, ooh, a final suggestion. 6 Samurai. So, I was thinking about it, and a lot of people do call this boneless Goki. We've heard that more than once. But if Goki gets slammed on a ban list, we lose rematch, we hit something else in the deck, 6 Samurai really could be the next Warrior deck, especially if it is sold as surviving, since it's in that special edition they need to sell. I think this is something smart to pick up, and it has been decreasing and decreasing and decreasing to where you can get it cheaper and cheaper. So maybe just something to consider. A lot of you guys that are fans of the deck already have it, but if you're considering a Warrior deck, you kind of enjoyed playing Warrior Toolbox and want to take a different route with it, I think going 6 Samurai is pretty good, as it's really fallen down over the past couple weeks. So, thanks for watching today's Market Watch. What do you guys think? Are you excited about this? Why do you think Inspector Border's going up, and what do you think of the Megatons? And also, Allure of Darkness, like, this just happens with old cards, but this is one of the most expensive examples of this of all time. What do you guys think of what's happening with the collector's market and how this is going? I'm personally interested. Like, I can't say I'm not a fan, because I actually am very interested in how this is going to develop and continue to kind of bubble and explode and go after Pokemon's collectible market, Magic's collectible market. Yu-Gi-Oh's making really solid ground. Thanks for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already. Give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed the discussion. And thank you so much for watching.